What's up, everybody? It's me again here, back for another YouTube video showing you guys my comic book collection. So if you've seen my previous videos, you know I've been going through showing you guys my comic book collection a little bit at a time, showing you guys my toy collection. So yeah, I got another stack of comics here out of my cube organizer here that I've been going through, sorting through, that I'm going to go ahead and show you. So yeah, let's get right into it, and I'll show you guys some of my comic books. Starting things off, we have The Thing from Another World. 1 and 2 of 2. This is based off of John Carpenter's The Thing, one of my favorite sci-fi horror movies of all time, one of the greatest sci-fi horror movies of all time, in my opinion. Here we have another series of The Thing, Climate of Fear, Part 1. Part 2. Part 3. And Part 4 of 4, full set. Like I said, I've always loved The Thing. It's been one of my favorite horror movies, sci-fi movies ever. So when I found out there was a comic book, I was stoked. I had to have it. Here we have Dead of Night by Marvel Comics. This is the first Dead of Night issue. I don't know the exact year of this, but this is pretty old. I want to say this is 1960s or 1970s. We have several issues here. Take these out. We have The Real Ghostbusters 3D Slimer Special. Still Steel. Yeah, that's not how you say that. Anyway, this is still in the original poly-sealed bag with the original 3D glasses inside. We have the Ghostbusters Annual 1993 3D Spectacular, still in the poly-sealed bag with the original 3D glasses. And we have the Real Ghostbusters Spectacular 3D Special, still in the original poly-sealed bag with the original 3D glasses. And just for those wondering, anytime I ever get anything in a poly-sealed bag, it does not get opened. I do not open it. I will, on occasion, look for other ones to purchase, and if I can find them at a good price, I will find them, and I will open those ones, but I always like to keep it in the poly-sealed bag if I only have one. Here we have the Real Ghostbusters Spooktacular first issue. I've always been a big fan of the Ghostbusters films. I loved the Ghostbusters cartoons whenever I was a kid. Loved the Ghostbusters toys, so clearly I'm going to love the Ghostbusters comic books too. We have the Real Ghostbusters number 17. Love that cover. Love that villain character there. Not sure of his name, but the pumpkin head looking guy. We have a one-shot comic, Mars Attacks, the Real Ghostbusters. I've always loved Mars Attacks, and I've always loved the Ghostbusters, so I thought this was really cool whenever I discovered it. Here we have Silent Hill, Dying Inside, issue 1. Love the Silent Hill games. Not so much the movies. Comic books are good. The games were amazing. Loved these growing up, so had to see what it was about. Here we have a set. We have Clive Barker's Hellraiser. issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, 5, 6. Awesome cover there. I love that one. Issue 7. Another awesome cover that I love. And issue 8 with another awesome cover. Like I've said in my previous videos, I'm a big fan of Hellraiser movies, comic books. I'm a big fan of anything Clive Barker does. Not exactly sure how many issues are in this entire set. I would like to pick up the entire set if this isn't always, or if this isn't all of them. But anytime I ever see anything Hellraiser, I'm always trying to add it to my collection. Here we have Friday the 13th, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. 1 and 2 of 2. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a big fan of Friday the 13th movies. Jason Voorhees is my favorite horror movie villain of all time. So anything that has to do with Jason, I absolutely love it. Here we have Friday the 13th, Part 1. Awesome cover. Friday the 13th, 2. 3. 4. Another pretty sweet cover. And 5. This is another set. I do not have all of them. I'm always looking to add them to my collection, but these are not the easiest to find for a price that I'm comfortable with paying, because I'm a cheap ass sometimes. We have Friday the 13th, Jason versus Jason X, issue 2. I know, I wish it was issue 1. This is another set, Jason versus Jason X, that I would like to collect all of them. But like I said about the other Friday the 13th comics, not super easy to find at a price I'm willing to pay. Here we have another full set. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, full set, Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. All 3 still in their original poly-sealed bags. Topps was good for these comics. They came with the poly-sealed bags. They came with trading cards as well. We have Puppet Master, number 1. Here we have Hatchet, number 0. Sick cover. And Hatchet, number 1. Hatchet is a very underrated horror movie series, in my opinion. Parts 1 and 2 are fantastic movies, horror movies. If you're into horror, gore, you like that kind of thing. If you like, you know, sick kills in horror movies, then you'll probably like the Hatchet series. Here we have Fright Night, number 1. Here we have The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, about a boy, issue 1. Always been a fan of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface has always been one of my favorite horror movie villains of all time. One of the scariest, one of the coolest. Here we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre Cut, issue 1. We have Leatherface, #1. And Leatherface, #2. Awesome cover there. Here we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Grind, issue 1. Another cool cover. We have Beneath the Valley of Rage by Fangoria Comics. 1, 2, and 3. Here we have another full set. We have Dead Space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are based off of the Dead Space video game series. Love the Dead Space video games. Awesome video games. Awesome comic book series. We have another full set. We have Species, Human Race, Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are based off of the Species horror sci-fi film franchise. Like I've said in previous videos, I've always been a big nerd for horror and sci-fi films, and just for comic books adapted from horror and sci-fi films. I'm not sure why, there's just always something that's attracted me to those kinds of things. Here we have Leprechaun, issue 1, movie variant cover. We have Leprechaun, issue 1, original cover. Leprechaun, issue 1, variant art cover. Actually, I think this might be the variant. This is the original comic, issue 1. Awesome cover there, love that. Leprechaun #2, movie variant cover. Leprechaun #3, movie variant cover. Always been a fan of the Leprechaun franchise. It's always been one of my favorite horror movie franchises of all time. So when I found out there was comics, I went ahead and I had to have them. Here we have Dr. Herbert West, issue 1. This is based off of the Reanimator movie franchise. Here we have Chucky, #1. Obviously based off of the Child's Play and Chucky franchise. Chucky and the Child's Play franchise, again, one of my favorite horror movie franchises of all time, one of my favorite horror movie characters of all time, which is weird because I tend to hate dolls. They creep me out, but Chucky's different. Here we have another variant cover of Chucky #1. Love this cover. Here we have Tales of Horror #1, featuring Freddy Krueger and Leatherface. We have Army of Darkness, From the Ashes, issue 1, based off of the Army of Darkness Evil Dead franchise. And Army of Darkness, From the Ashes, volume 1, variant cover. We have Army of Darkness, Ashes, Christmas Horror. We have The Fly, Outbreak #1, based off of the sci-fi horror film franchise The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum. one of the greatest sci-fi horror movies of all time. Some of the greatest horror sci-fi special effects ever in any movie still to this day holds up. We have The X-Files, based off of the hit TV show and movie The X-Files. We have My Name is Bruce, one-shot comic book based off of the Bruce Campbell horror comedy film My Name is Bruce. We have Dee Snider's Strangeland, Seven Sins, Issue 1. We have Halloween, #1, collector's issue movie cover variant. We have Halloween 2, issue #1. And Halloween 3, issue #1. We have Dr. Giggles, Part 1 and 2, adapted from the Dr. Giggles horror movie franchise from the 90s. And we have another set here. We have Pumpkinhead, issue 1. Awesome cover. Issue 2. Issue 3. And issue 4. These were adapted from the horror film franchise Pumpkinhead. These were just recently adapted to comic book. I want to say 2018, 2019, something like that. These are fairly new. And last but not least, we have another 4-part set here. We have Bram Stoker's Dracula from Topps Comics, official movie adaptation from the 90s film Bram Stoker's Dracula with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder, one of the greatest vampire movies ever made. We have issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. All still in their original polysealed bags with the Topps collector's cards. Well, there you go. That's all I got for today. So you guys took a look at some more of my comics. If you want to see comics that I've showed and talked about before this, go ahead back, take a look at my 3 previous comic book videos. I also did a video with the stuff that I most recently added to my comic book collection and toy collection, and I did a video showing off my toy collection. So if there's anything you guys want to see there, go ahead and check out those videos. If there's anything you want to see in previous videos, anything that I showed in this video or previous videos that you want me to talk more about, that you have questions about, if there's anything that you want to know if I have in my collection, ask. But like I said in previous videos, I have thousands of comics to go through, so I'm going to have a bunch more videos showing you guys my comic book collection a little bit at a time. So, yeah, if you got any questions, if there's anything you want to see, just let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, let me know what you liked about the video, let me know what you didn't like about the video. If there's anything I can do to make the videos better for you guys viewing it and have a better video to watch, then please let me know, and I'll do my best to change things up and give you guys a better video. So, appreciate everybody who's watching. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by for the first time. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. So, as always, have fun, stay safe, and bye.